It was Marco's grandmother's birthday, and Marco was planning a big surprise dinner. He had an assistant to help out. Unfortunately, his assistant was a monkey.
Don't worry, George. It's just the masa. We have more. See, masa. You know, cornmeal. That's what I use to make Marco's famous tortillas. See, there's lots of... Uh-oh. I thought we had more.
If there was one thing George knew how to do, it was to fix things. This was the first time he'd broken food, but he knew where food came from. The store.
Masa? Oh, I am so sorry. I just sold my last bag.
But I promised my grandmother I'd make tortillas for her birthday. She was so excited. Plus, it's the only thing I know how to make.
Hang on. I think you're in luck. The delivery man is here.
Hey, it's Uncle Enrique. Uncle Enrique, it's Grandma's birthday.
Your abuela's birthday? Muy fantástico! You're going to make your famous tortillas, of course.
Of course.
Ah.
Only...
Huh? Only?
we're out of masa.
Oh, no. No masa, no tortillas. But it turns out you're in luck.
You have masa on your truck?
Do I have masa? Come on, do I have masa? No, actually I don't. But I know where you get some.
Yay!
We'll have your masa en un momento. You're not going to believe this warehouse.
Don't got it.
What?
Sorry.
You're telling me that in this whole entire warehouse there isn't one bag of masa? Not one?
I've had calls all week. Still waiting on a shipment.
Hey, that must be where they make it.
George, you're right. And there's even an address for the mill. We're saved. Could we have one bag of masa, please?
Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't have any masa. This is all flour.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry. Since there's been very little rain, the drought delayed the corn harvest. No corn, no masa.
Where does your corn come from?
We get ours from local farmers.
George knew a farmer who just might have some corn.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but you say you've been harvesting all day.
Yes?
So my question is, do you have corn now?
Yes.
So they took the corn to the mill, where it was ground into masa and put in bags.
Come on, boys.
Then they took the bags to the warehouse, where they were packaged for the stores, like his friend Mr. Rankin's.
¡Ay, qué bueno! ¡Delicioso, mi amor!
Marco's grandmother loved Marco's special tortillas.
This is amazing. What a tortilla.
But one person loved them most of all.
I could eat a whole stack. Are there more?
Nice.
Oh, I have to tell you, George, I am pretty excited. I've never been to a clown school before. Oh, just think. We get to see Pepe El Loco, the world's greatest clown performer.
This was the best school ever. That was the funniest messenger ever. The elevator left without him. George decided he should take the stairs. The messenger clown dropped his bag and his hat and nose. Maybe the messenger clown was going to Pepe El Loco's show too. George could give them back to him.
A messenger! Thank goodness you're here. Why aren't you in uniform? Company rules. All clown school employees must be in clown uniform at all times. Now, Pepe El Loco, the world's greatest clown, will be here in 15 minutes to perform his amazing show. But he'll need this. It's part of the greatest clown gadget ever. But it's top secret. Pepe mailed all the parts to different offices so no one would know what it was. I need you to pick them up and deliver them to Pepe.
George was excited to help Pepe. If he moved fast, he could pick up all the parts and still make the show.
The next gadget part you need to pick up is on the 5th floor. This will help you remember. Hurry! Pepe El Loco will be here in 14 and a half minutes! The elevators are tricky. Take the stairs to 5. You're on the 3rd floor now.
Oh, there you are. Pepe El Loco will be here in 11 minutes and counting. Now hurry up to the 2nd floor and pick up the next part and make it snappy.
What took you so long? Pepe El Loco will be here in 9 minutes. Your next pickup is on 8.
We only have 7 more minutes. Any way you can do pickups faster? Your next pickup is on 4.
Using his numbered fingers, all George had to do was count down from floor 8 to floor 4. His counting system worked.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, you're here. Hey, your next pickup's on the 10th floor.
Everything to the 1st floor, quickly. Pepe El Loco will be here any second.
Hello, my name is Pepe. Oh, is that for me? My gadget! Oh, thank you. Now, to get to the 9th floor for my show.
Introducing the world's greatest clown, Pepe El Loco, and his mystery gadget.
And it was all made possible by George. A monkey you can really count on.
George thought the country house was a great little place. But he wondered, what would it be like to have a great big place? Like a country castle. George, look what I found. My old photo album. Oh, that boy? That's me. Anyway, this got me thinking, I haven't been to the beach in a long time. You want to go? We can build sand castles. Well, I don't know if we could build a sand castle quite that nice. But that can't stop us from trying. George? I take it this means you'd like to go to the beach.
George hadn't planned on having so much room to build a castle. With this kind of space, he could really think big.
George, wait up! Let me know when you find a good idea for a castle.
He wouldn't build just any old ordinary little sand castle.
George said he'd built his sand castle around here somewhere. Wow! Could this be George's sand castle? Hello? Anyone home? George? It's me! George, it's the greatest sandcastle any monkey ever made, anywhere! All right, once you get good, wet packing sand, carry it away from the water so the waves can't wipe out your work.
You city kids sure are handy with your feet.
That's a pretty good job, boys.
And Ma Rabbit won't burrow through it because she has her own doorway.
Well, time to pack up. George, put anything wet or sandy in the trunk for the trip home.
It was a great little castle, but George wasn't going to give up on his dream of having a great big castle. Even if it took all summer, he would keep looking for just the right place to build his castle. And when he found that perfect spot, he wanted to be prepared.
George!
A sunny day in a garden project meant one thing to Curious George.
That ought to soften it up a bit. Have at it, George. Make the hole good and deep, George. We don't want the roots to dry out.
George was an old dirt digging pro. But this time, he saw something he'd never noticed before. There were things living in this dirt.
Whoa, where are you going with those worms? George, we've been through this before, remember? The turtle?
George remembered the turtle all right. It happened the first time he went swimming in Lake Wanasink Lake with Bill.
Here you go, George!
your head under and look around.
Bill was right. There were so many different living things, it was like a zoo. Except wet.
What'd I tell you? Great, huh? They live down there just like we live up here. Some animals breathe in water like we breathe on land. Oh, I gotta do my paper route. Keep looking, George. If you need anything, ask Mr. Quint.
Huh?
Turtles lived on land, just like people and monkeys. But did they know to hold their breath? Suddenly, it was clear. That turtle needed a bath. He imagined having a turtle for a brother. George told his plan to the turtle. But the turtle didn't seem happy. Maybe he was homesick. George brought back all the green lake stuff he could find, even the slimy things. He'd accidentally caught a fish. The turtle had to like that. How could sand and snails and frogs and lily pads and slimy things, plus a fish, not be enough? The only thing the lake had that this tub didn't was Mr. Quint. Maybe a monkey could never make a turtle happy. Except by leaving it alone.
Ah, what a day. I can't wait for a nice long soak in the tub.
Whoa!
Who are you? I hope you've learned there's more to a happy home than just a dirty bathtub.
Thinking back, George realized even though it would be fun to have worms living under his bed, they'd be happier in their own home, dirt. Still, it was exciting to think new friends might turn up right in your own backyard. Or even under it. When winter began, everything outdoors looked different. The days were short, the grass was brown, and the trees were bare.
George, don't forget your coat. It may be sunny, but it's turning really cold out there.
George had toys for summer and toys for snow, but there were no toys for just plain cold. There weren't even birds to watch. George had won. He was having fun like winter had never come. The bubble froze. That was pretty interesting. But it wasn't what George wanted it to do. He knew his dolphin couldn't freeze. He could play with that any way he wanted.
There, that'll warm you up.
George was thinking two things.
Hello?
Boy, was this cocoa good, and that he was giving up. How can a monkey have any fun when his stuff all freezes up? Then he knew exactly how. George's plan was working. George had made an ice bowling set. He was finally having fun. Then, Jumpy did something unexpected. At first, George thought squirrels must really hate bowling. But Jumpy only wanted to get the frozen nuts. George and Jumpy played nut hockey till the sun went down. Then he set up for the next day. All that work inventing fun stuff, and it was all for nothing. Winter. It was like a roller coaster of blah.
It started already? We're supposed to get a ton of snow tonight. Well, good thing I bought a new shovel.
Maybe inventing stuff wasn't all for nothing. It helped him survive the dull of winter till the first snow.
George, it's snowing in the house.
Yeah, winter is a roller coaster. And monkeys love roller coasters.
The world was full of surprises. But George never imagined anything like this. This was the museum's first robot exhibit.
So, what do you think, George? So, easy or what?
I want 10.
This one has a delicate enough grip to perform surgery or do this. Ooh. Now, over here are examples of what people imagined robots would be. This is where we'll put your rare models. You will have them here before the opening tonight, right?
Oh, sure, I'll bring them back after I take George home. Thanks. Here, you can drive the Mars rover out.
Ooh,
Wow! Hundley sure loves that.
Okay, George. I have to take that with me. Thanks. I'll see you later.
I never knew Hundley liked robots so much.
That's how George got the idea to make a robot for Hundley to play with. It worked. Hundley thought George was a real robot. Being robotic for a whole hour was tiring. George was ready to get out of that thing. But he didn't want to ruin it for Hundley by letting him see the robot wasn't real. Since he couldn't reach the button, George decided to relax and wait till the elevator came.
Oh, hi, Professor.
Hi. I just came to pick up a small red robot.
You mean the one in the lobby?
He said 2 inches tall, but I guess he meant 2 feet.
There was the elevator. Finally, George could go home.
Uh-oh, I left it right here.
Oh, no. Someone must have kicked it. Check the floor.
I don't think you could kick that thing across the room.
Oh, sure you could. It's only 2 inches tall.
You mean 2 feet?
I know the difference between inches and feet, Professor.
There's a runaway robot upstairs. It's small, red, and says XF17 on the side. You got the controls?
What controls? It has no moving parts. George, Professor Wiseman brought you to the museum because she thought you were my XF17. Yeah, your outfit's so good you almost ended up on exhibit.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Huh?
We promised an XF17 model. We never said it wouldn't be monkey-powered.
And that's how George became a museum exhibit for a day.
Natural Geometric Exploring presents Pirates of the Wybecas.
Wow. How'd you like to sail a ship like that, Hundley?
Now there was a ship that couldn't be sunk by monkey breath.
The SS Wybecas was attacked by the bold pirate Black Hat Besame.
Pirate vessel off the port bow. All hands to your stations. Whole wind, coxswain.
Those ships were so dignified and neat. Wouldn't it be great to be an old-time captain?
The neatest ship to ever set sail was the SS Dignified. Its commander was world-renowned, Captain Hundley. No other captain was as smart, as orderly, or had as wet a nose.
All's clear, Captain Hundley, sir. Thank you, sir. You know how much your approval means to me, sir.
Captain Hundley's crew was always orderly and efficient. No one knew how to ride the breezes like Captain Hundley, the greatest sailor in the history of wind. But all was not smooth sailing. The wind was so strong, the pirates were upon the Dignified before Captain Hundley could give orders. The pirates were led by
Yellow Hat the pirate. He's famous, you know.
Hi, how are you? We're taking over your ship because, well, you know, that's what pirates do.
But the most undignified thing wasn't putting Captain Hundley in his own brig. It was this.
Who are you? I like you already. Come on out and have fun with us.
George wanted to hang it up where Captain Hundley could enjoy it. Then, George got an idea about how he could really help Captain Hundley.
George, are you down here? Oh, my goodness. I mean, Wake up! Put on life vests. We're filling with water. Sinking. We gotta get back to our own ship.
Captain Hundley used the wind perfectly, and they set sail.
George! 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 Hey, that sounds fun, doesn't it, George?
Say, Hundley, your good pal George is gonna come out on the boat with us today.
At least Hundley knew what to expect, so he was prepared.
So, is it he?
I believe so, Your Highness.
Your Highness? What?
You are in the presence of Her Royal Majesty, the Princess of Bratsphere. So now, we bow.
Wow, a real princess in our lobby.
And now, we leave.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't walk away with Hundley.
Oh, we got carried away. This may be a descendant of the royal dachshund of Bratsphere. A royal doggy.
I always knew he was special.
We must adjourn to the royal quarters and complete the test.
Only if I come with you.
You're both more than welcome, especially the fuzzy monkey.
He wears much more than a helmet. He is not royal.
Shouldn't we weigh him without the monkey? They're the same! He is royalty, beyond question.
You're one special dog, Hundley.
Not Hindley. His name is Lord Percival Barkington the 15th.
Percival Barkington?
And now Lord Percival can take his rightful place in his new home.
New home? You want us to live here?
Not you, just Lord Percival.
Hundley? Without me?
Was he really 4 stripes long? That guy must have had some strong neck muscles to wear this. They weighed the same, too. Hundley matched all the measurements. George never noticed that mark on Hundley before today. It smelled like jelly.
Percival? Are you all right?
There was no time to look for soap.
Is something wrong? Fuzzy monkey. Ooh, do I get him too?
No, Your Highness. Now he will go.
Wait, look! Lord Percival's royal birthmark has vanished.
Impossible. That would mean he's not Lord Percival after all.
So, we made a mistake. Hundley must return to his old life.
You hear that, boy?
Don't be too sad, Hundley. Well, don't be too happy either.
Please accept our gift of the Royal Bratsvian leek and gravy hoagie.
A dog's lobby was his castle, and for Hundley, even better than a real castle.
Summer afternoon. The perfect time for a game of Find the Pigeon.
Okay, George, playtime's over. Time to clean your room. You can play with Compass after you clean your room. Bath time, George. I don't think you'll fit in the bird bath, George. You're definitely a tub monkey. Okay, time to brush your teeth and hit the sack, George.
Even though being a monkey was the greatest thing ever, pigeons didn't have to do what anybody told them.
George, time to clean your room, take a bath, wash your ears, brush your teeth, go to bed, wake up, make yourself breakfast.
So the next morning, George made up his mind to live like a pigeon. Keeping up with pigeons was hard work if you didn't come with wings. Plus, pigeons didn't have to wait for the don't walk light. George had lost his flock. To be a pigeon, you had to fly. Here were lots of animals who didn't have to clean their rooms or brush their teeth. Surely George could find one he could be. Like a chameleon. They could change color effortlessly. Monkeys couldn't.
Hey, George.
If only there was one animal that didn't act so much, well, like an animal.
Uh-oh. Hey, looks like we're stuck. Oh. It's okay, Hundley. We can handle this. I'll sound the alarm. Uh-oh. Oh. There's only one way out. But we need somebody who can monkey up. Say. You've been such a good dog, George. I almost forgot you were a monkey.
George had almost forgotten he was a monkey, too.
You did it! Thanks, George.
Even Hundley thought George was pretty amazing. He might even make a good dog someday. But George didn't want to be a dog anymore. All he wanted was to take a bath, brush his teeth, and go to bed in his nice, clean room.